let me live that life. Joking, dude. Maybe in like 100 years from now, I want to hit that immortality thing where I'm like, I'll read a book once every 1,000 years. I'm joking, but this mic I think dies after like 3 hours. And you're like, 3 hours should be good enough, and I'm like, or we make sure to go to like an hour and 30, maybe 2 hours. Pause, charge, back to yap. I'll use this small amount of charging time to like go smoke a bowl, take a piss or something. I'm joking. Yeah, but what matters? What really matters in life? Let me tell you. You matter. Your matter and energy condensed to a slow vibration. You are the universe experiencing itself from like a subjective point of view. And you're like, really? I'm like, no. I just heard Bill Hicks say that one time. Jamie, pull up a clip of Bill Hicks saying that one time. One time. Dude, he's probably said it more than one time. And let me tell you, I've said it more than one time. Now, do I truly know what that means? No. Because anytime I feel like I've ever said that, people double down on their vices. They're like, I'm gonna smoke more. I'm gonna drink more. I'm like, no, what? All these bits are supposed to lead you to like some sort of like godhood of like, I understand that I'm supposed to be healthy because my wife needs the healthy, you know? My wife is gonna need me to be healthy. She's gonna be like, brush your teeth more. I'd be like, no, my teeth hurt and they're falling out. She's gonna be like, and that is a result of spooky ghost magic. And the only way to fight off the spooky ghost demons is to brush your teeth. And I'm gonna be like, my wife, thank you for warning me. I wish I would have known earlier. She's gonna be like, also, we boil our water for flavored juice tea. And I'd be like, really? She's like, no, we boil our water so it could get rid of like the bacteria inside the water. I mean, technically now we have like filtration systems, if you think about it. But back then, for people to be like, and we should burn her at the stake. She's boiling water for what? She only drinks boiled water. And they're like, is it that hot? She's drinking boiling water? But it's like a misunderstanding. I'm like, no. She boils her water and then she waits for it to cool down and then she drinks it. And they're like, that sounds like a witch. She's drinking boiling water. How is she able to handle the boiling water? And I'm like, no, I don't think you guys understand. So you're supposed to boil the water, get rid of the bacteria. They're like, she's a witch. Honestly, dude. And do you know why they stopped doing the witch trials? Is because I went back in time and I was like, yo, you a pretty lady. And she was a witch, yeah? She's like, they're going to burn me at the stake. And I'm like, I'm going to make sure they fucking don't. And they didn't. And that was the last one. And I got laid, came back to the future. Just for you guys, dude. I was like, let me get with that crazy witch lady. She's like, no, this was about me boiling water. And I'm like, this was about you boiling water? I thought I was going to go back in time and... Have you ever seen that TV show Charmed with the witches that own a bar? That's the type of shit I want to be on. And not like I want to own a bar. I don't want to be a witch, dude. If anything, I guess I'd be a warlock, but no, I want to... Just myself is good enough. I don't know. I feel like I could exist as like a normal person in any one of those skits-ass universes. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be myself. I'd be like, yeah, it's me. It's your boy. You guys are witches? That's crazy, dude. And you own a bar? Like, imagine if my wife had like 3 sisters that were witches, dude.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody say
I'd be like, check, please. What is that fucking dude? Nicolas Cage said that in a movie one time, and he was referencing a different movie. But I'm like, the fact that he even put that in a movie, and then he directed that movie for himself, I'm like, come on, dude, what the hell? You know? That's like me creating a movie, and then some chick in the movie is like, you're so funny, and people care about you, and you are a good person to society. When you wake up, the flowers shine for you. And the birds, they sing for you. And then I'm like crying. That's the whole movie, dude. And I'm like, so did you like that movie? They're like, what the hell was that? And I'm like, it wasn't good? You didn't like the part where she said I was a good boy? No, dude, I don't know. So it's like, I don't know, dude. And then also Quentin Tarantino, if we're gonna keep that same vibe, dude, that guy got canceled for saying the N-word and then just hired Leonardo DiCaprio to say it. And
ladies and gentlemen, we have
I don't feel bad about it. He looks like a frog, dude. Like, canceled, honestly. Quentin Tarantino, worst movie film production ever. My mom loved him. But I could see why my mom would like Kill Bill. You know what I'm saying? Women empowerment. Uma Thurman. You know how many empty clips I've busted to Uma Thurman growing up? I'm joking, dude. No, why? I'm cutting that part out. No, dude, Uma Thurman is my time traveling future wife. I don't think so, actually. If I were to meet Uma Thurman nowadays, I'd be like, yo, actually, pause, resume. Any joke you don't like of mine, I didn't even say it, it's AI. I have 6 fingers, actually, right now. I need to get one of those fingers with the ring, or the finger rings, or whatever. So it looks like I have an extra finger. So I could just be like, and I'll yap forever. And then I have like 15 extra hands. And then I come out with an AI version of me that it's like 5 fingers per hand. So it's like the perfect AI. But then that one's just a good person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people don't know if the AI is saying cancelable stuff or if I'm saying, you know, that's the wave. And I'll be like, Kamala Harris, I want to eat it from the back like a dog. And then people are going to be like, that's a funny, no, I like that. That's cool. I support. I'll be like, wait, no, that was me. That wasn't AI. I swear that was me. And then they're going to be like, it was a joke. I can't believe you would say something like that. Blasphemy. You're objectifying the president of the United States. I'm like, no, that was AI. You saw the extra finger. That wasn't even me. That was the other guy. You should hear when Norm Macdonald says it. I was just taking his jokes.
Who writes these?
My baby girl mama?
Where do they come from?
Let me learn you something.
Allowed a hyena to eat his penis after being told by a witch.
I don't really care about, and you know what? Actually, it's one of those ritualistic things that I think my dad always forgets because he's going to get the ballot in the mail and then he'll be like, JR, come over and vote. And then I'm going to open it up and then it's going to say Green Party. And then my dad's going to be like, you've never changed that? It's been like that since high school. And I did it for a weed joke. I was like, Dad, Green Party? These motherfuckers eco-friendly smoking weed? We got the red, we got the blue, we got the purple. What about the green? I'm West Coast. That's purple, right? So green would be East Coast?
Who writes these? We should have this.
Some Frank Sinatra up in this BR? No, dude, last time it got sent to his house, I forget when, but I was like, Dad, who do I vote for? And we're going through it. He looked at the ballot and he's like, yours is completely different from mine other than the first 2 presidents. Like, it was like the presidents, and then literally every other answer after that was different because I voted Green Party, or like I was part of the fucking, I don't know, dude. He was like, we don't have the same people on the ballot. I'm like, oh, my bad.
Locked up and looked at.
But I'm like, that's going to happen this year, and guess what?
He got cooked. Adrian, you didn't go down like that. Huh?
I'm going to have to be like, I forgot. Because anytime you go to the DMV for anything, they're like, hey, you want to register to vote? Hey, you want to re-register to vote? Pick a party. Pick a different party. It's like an ad, dude. They're like, did you try to make a weed joke in high school and disappoint your father? And I was like, no, I didn't do it for the disappointment. That was the outcome. I thought he would think it was funny.
That ain't
Who
bad.
writes these?
Oh, well. How about this one?
No, but
I know who writes them. You know who writes them?
that is funny though. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, dude, what a classic joke, honestly. And the fact that I'm still Green Party, I'm like, who even is that? This entire time, who is that? Because you're like, is that the third? Like, you know how Kanye is like, was the third elector? You know, he's like, oh, he's splitting the vote.
Nice.
It's like, no, I don't even know who would be running Green Party. Would they just give up? They're like, yo, fund my campaign. All right, thanks for the money. I'm out.
For $300,000, you can have the worst sex of your life. That's good.
I mean, Green Party, dude. Shout out Mama La Harris. And if you don't like that, it's because I'm AI, dude. I am AI. Are we still actually in the elevator? No, we're on the screen of YouTube. Ball out. I'm just staring at YouTube's homepage. And like we have the Cat Cinemas ones, they have the movies removed. These are the tabs I have open. This one's Keanu Reeves. 2024 John Wick. 2024? They have a 2024 one? Brother, how many John Wicks do they have? He should have been a better father. Wait, call back to the beginning of the episode. Ball out, dude.
Someone wrote them.
Some of them wrote that you know.
Yeah, some people in this room.
Cool.
Some people in this room.
Thank you.
I don't want to say who because in case the joke doesn't work.
Stop pouring, start drinking. That's cool. I like that. Are rich people immune to diseases or what? What's up with that? They're like, salmonella doesn't exist and raw foods can't hurt me. Raw fish eggs, caviar, raw chicken liver, whatever the heck that other stuff is. Beef tartare, that's raw beef.
Perfectly cooked and entirely eaten. 100% true.
I'm like, this is how Joe Rogan got tapeworms. Shout out to the very beginning of the episode. I'm like, dude, don't stop eating raw food. Honestly, who convinced you guys to do that? If I were to go up to my dad, I'd be like, Dad, over under? Do you think I'm going to get worms from eating raw steak for like 2 months? He'd be like, I don't even have to bet on that. I know for a fact that it's not gonna be good. I don't know about the tapeworm thing, JR. JR, I'm not a doctor. Actually, my dad, shout out to my dad, dude. Honestly, let's go back to the elevator. This is one of those things I would have to find on Instagram, but it was one of those Instagram reels that like I saved or liked or something. But the video was like, if you're schizophrenic, you have a certain body odor, and then without any context, I'm with my dad. I'm like, Dad, do I smell like schizophrenia? And then he's like, what? Which is obviously a real response. That's a normal response. But I'm like, I saw this TikTok video of this doctor who said that people with schizophrenia have a certain smell. like he's the one that doesn't know things, you know? And then my dad's like, JR, you need to stop believing everything you see on the internet. But also, shout out to my dad. I'm like, whoa, dude, I didn't even think about that, honestly. It was a guy dressed up in scrubs. But like, my sisters are both scholars. One's a teacher, the other one works at like a psych ward, and then other things, I guess. Nurse, doctor. Then it's like, me? Kind of dumb, dude, honestly. I saw a TikTok video of this doctor being like, but then it's like, whoa, what else is a lie? The moon landing? Come on, dude. I'm an American. Of course the moon landing was fake.
This is a joke.
I think technically.
Like an observational
We're
joke.
number one. Wait, can I do the thumbs up? Thumbs up, baby. It's not working. There it goes. 4th of July. Welcome to the fireworks session. We made it. Happy 4th of July. And you're like, it's September 3rd. It's nowhere near. September 3rd, nowhere near. I shouldn't say the date yet because you might see this like 100 years from now. It'll be like December. And you're like, why is it September 3rd? And I'm like, I have so much actually recorded. I upload as fast as I can. No, but September 3rd, happy 4th of July. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Tomorrow's the 4th of September. Do you remember? 9/11, dude, it's coming up. How could you forget? Zoom in on the towers. There's CGI. Don't actually. If I'm editing this, don't even bring up anything about 9/11. Honestly, if I'm editing this pod, dude, go back to YouTube's home screen and look at this song that I'm scrolling by. If my CIA agents out there, just know that what happened to you guys? Honestly. No, the CIA used to be cool. I think I was talking about that in the beginning of that episode.
We're teleporting during our nap session.
Imagine a world.
In between the nap
going to your
session
boss,
and the doing
and you're
blow
like, I have a
and dropping
proposition
acid
for you.
and fucking
We're going to
hookers.
move in a different
We're gonna be
direction.
taking naps.
This guy named Pablo. It was time hopping. What do you call that? And I'm just sitting in the background, faded, dude. I'm like, time juice. Give me that juice box. Time juice. They're like, we're going to be moving in a new direction. This gentleman says that we could teleport.
He's like, they're
We could
teleporting.
teleport by taking
They're
naps.
teleporting during
Apparently,
these nap
there's
sessions.
this
Have you
doctor in the
seen
future.
Doctor Strange?
His name is Doctor Strange.
That guy can
They're like, what?
teleport.
Nazi government science? I'm like, it's actually just like a movie. They're like a one of those moving pictures.
He's like, are you serious?
I'm like,
This is
no,
some
dude.
fucking Looney Tune shit, no?
Like I guess it would be like a moving picture, but I'm like, no, like spiritually, it's like a movie. And then the CIA is like, all right, so what should we do? Well, it's playing Donnell Rawlings. I like Donnell Rawlings. Let's open that.
And then part of the lore,
Pause.
but we're friends. I would come on any.
Is this my headphones? I don't think my headphones are on this entire time, which doesn't really matter because the mic is on, so I'm like, whatever. My headphones were definitely not on this entire time. But it's only so I could listen to the audio, and it plays through the screen already. But that's hilarious. Hold on, let's go back. Are we in the elevator mode? No. Do I hear elevator music? No. You know what's confusing too? There's this one thing, because this won't get copy. I'm going to turn on transparency mode, because now it's 2. Pause. Nice, hold on, let's push play. What the heck? Hold on, it's on transparency mode, yeah? And then it's just, it doesn't... That makes no sense. And, hold on, pause, disconnect. That makes complete sense. It's connected to my phone. Does it matter? No. To be honest, nothing's gonna change about this. I think the audio for the video should be fine, and the mic is set up completely through something else. So the audio is just for my own enjoyment. How selfish is that? Yeah, but I haven't pushed play on anything. That's so funny. How long have I been recording? It took me that long to realize. 1 hour, 33 minutes, and we're working on 20 seconds right now. And we're in the elevator. So not one time have I pushed play on anything that I've pulled up. Just yapping, dog. Yeah, because I did talk about little Joey Rogie fucking taking tapeworms, and it was Harlan Williams. That's his name. That's his podcast. Shout out to Dimitri. That's the name of his tapeworm. But I talked about it. I never pushed play on any of them. I just yapped, and then I was like, let's go back to the elevator. That's so funny. Shout out to me constantly fucking up. This whole time, I'm like, oh, let me try to make this perfect. And then it's never, dude, that's why it's like I record the processed too. And I think it's so funny because this entire time I'm like, this isn't going to work, and it doesn't. I downloaded that Metro Exodus game. I couldn't get the audio to work, so I was just voice dubbing it. I literally read what people were reading or like saying in the subtitles. I was using a funny accent, which I think is kind of more interesting. I'm like, this Russian accent needs to be worked on, but I'm onto something. I like it. Joking. Donnell Rawlings makes Theo laugh for 11 minutes straight. Oh, dude. Shout out to them. Do you think it's like, well, I want to see what Theo laughs at.
People, we send cars for him and everything.
Yep.
My guy, is it just not connecting to the headphones? I definitely thought it was because... I don't know.
And
there
if
it
I
goes.
remember, I drove myself to your podcast today.
Yeah.
And I talked to all
What a moron, dude. Hold on, I'm looking at the headphone jack thing. The thing just wasn't plugged in the entire time. Oh my god. I mean, I do forget to brush my teeth sometimes and take showers and then eat food. Hold on, I need to eat more celery and peanut butter. I just be hanging out, dude. Honestly. When my full ADHD kicks in, dude, back then, People used to just be skits with their time. I want to go back to a time like that. Because usually I'm like, I have to power nap, power sleep, do this or that. I feel like I'm rushing all the time, yeah? But then to be able to just be like, I'm going to take a nap real quick, wake up, do more art, and then go back. You know, I'm like, damn, dude, robots need to take over already. For realsies, I want my son to grow up in a time where he's able to just be babysat by fucking robots. Like on some spiritual gang shit. Like he's walking off a cliff. And I'm like, robot, I programmed you. And then the robot's like building a bridge underneath. He's like, I'm already on it, dude. I'm 15 steps ahead of you. And I'm like, okay, well then why didn't you tell my son to not walk off the cliff? What? If you saw it like from 15 steps ahead, what the fuck is this? He's like, well, I can't just minority report your son. Who knew if he was going to walk off the cliff? He did, but who knew? I didn't. If I was a betting man, I'm joking. And that's why we're building bridges underneath people walking off of cliffs. That's the type of shit we be on. One day, us as society, you know what's funny too? When people talk about robots taking over and like everything just being like pure or whatever, they're basically just explaining the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Like that argument is like, hey, what if the Maslow hierarchy of needs was met for every individual on Earth and they were capable of learning literature, art, culture? You know what I'm saying? And then most people are like, oh no, that's terrible. Robots are bad. I'm like, wait a minute. Who the fuck is Maslow? Is it Moscow? Is this guy Russian, dude? Swear to God. Yeah, if you read a lot of the literature about like how to save humanity, it comes from a lot of people in those fucking communistic countries. They're like, this shit's bad. This is what communism is? Yo, capitalism is pretty cool. I mean, at least you get a say in some things. Yeah, because if I don't like McDonald's, I won't go there. They're not forcing me to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, boycotting is still a thing. Not like you have to boycott things, but then it's like, I don't know. You could just not. I can imagine this. I exist. You don't have to watch me. I would rather have you watch me than someone else, though. But imagine if everyone was forced to watch XQC. Brother, if I watch XQC sometimes, yeah, but if I was forced to watch that, I would be like, no, dude, I can't even. Imagine me being forced, my eyelids open to just even watch myself, yeah. That's how I feel when I'm trying to edit this. I'm like, sometimes it's for people, sometimes it's not. I don't know. That's why capitalism is probably one of the best things. But they try to monopolize a lot of the things inside capitalism. That's what Microsoft's doing with CrowdStrike, actually. CrowdStrike is a data encryption type beat. It's like an application that everyone has to send their things through. I want to see updates on that, actually. Should we? Does everyone know who Pirate Software is? Pirate Software. This is what I imagine HackerMan is. Pirate Software. I'm like, shout out to this guy, HackerMan. But he explains, actually, some of what's going on in the CrowdStrike versus Microsoft thing. But also, from what I hear, it's who knows who the bad guy is. And I'm pretty sure, long term, CrowdStrike would have been the bad guy. Because they have a monopoly on the whole data encryption for those government types of facilities, I guess. Because not everyone went down, but it was the biggest IT failure in literal human history. And it was because Microsoft deliberately updated their system. But could you blame an operating system for not supporting an application? Or do you blame the application for not being able to run on the operating system. That's, I guess, the legal argument. Which is fucked, because I'm like, Microsoft interdimensional chess, dude. That's big spooky bad guys Dr. Evil. Are we in the elevator? Nope. But long term, maybe they're the good guys, because you're not supposed to have a monopoly on anything. But the fact that now CrowdStrike is probably going to shut down, be split up, other smaller data encryption companies are going to start coming out, and then they're just going to get bought out by Microsoft. So Microsoft is going to try to monopolize them, but that's just how capitalism works. I don't know. Spooky. And then other people would have to step up their game in data encryption. What do I think the best thing to do for data encryption is? It sounds dumb, yeah, but it's like, I think it's dumb that you want to use your literally revolutionary Bitcoin. You're literally a slur of like 3 pages of code could be encrypted and then decoded at a different server, all over the world, different server, just with a key and an encryption. And then someone sees that and they're like, instead of like a document or something being sent, it's an imaginary gold coin. What about that? What about we send the file, but there's nothing on the file. It's just the name of the file. It's empty. There's nothing there. And it'll just be an imaginary gold coin. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, crypto. I'm like, that should be our level of data encryption. That should be crypto should be, and it shouldn't even be crypto. That's why it's like, what the hell is everyone but big scheming? I do think in the future, they're just going to rug pull all the crypto fucking whatever, literally all of it. And then if you're like crypto billionaire, they're murking you. Have you seen that documentary actually? Where, but this one was Bitcoins. There was like a Bitcoin assassinator or something, but I'm pretty sure it's just government. Like, this is why it's like when people are like, oh, you think it's like Robin Hood or something cool, something. I'm like, no, dude. The government found out who had those wallets, and usually they're not used for the kindest things. You're not buying a little house on the prairie, So they go and they just acquire all of the assets. And it got to the point where it reaches out of legality. So you're just getting murked, and then still the government's acquiring your assets. But I'm like, damn, son. You couldn't just wait until we rug pull it and then we use that for data encryption? I'm joking. Jamie, pull up the next revolution. I don't think so, though. I think Microsoft, that's why it's like Microsoft went after, whatchamacallit? They went after, because everyone's going to have to start going to that data encryption type beat. But then it's like, how would you encrypt your data without overflooding the server? And it's through that process. I have no idea. What is that? It's like the Book of Babylon? No. It's like every code that's ever existed or something. Everything that's always been written, and then you just look it up and it shows you like what page it is. But it's either everyone has their own version of that, which does lead into some problems, because you're going to need a regulation, but then that could be backdoored. That's why it's like, this is fuck, dude. Yeah, because if everyone's going to need a key, let's flash back to the 1930s or 1940s. Let's go 1920s. When did the Germans come out with that encryption? It was just a keyboard that they switched the wires on, and then you'd give someone that key code, and the key code was just like, hey, I switched the wires to this. So if you also switch the wires to this and type this message, you will get the real message. But then that's going to have to be the specifications for the data encryption if we want it to be a capitalistic thing. And then if we go communistic, monopoly, then yeah, maybe Microsoft could take over, or someone could be like, hey, this is the all-knowing decryption. Yeah, because it's going to be kind of complicated to have everyone have a separate decryption process, but then you're going through those separate servers. I don't know. That CrowdStrike thing blows my mind, though, because I'm like, hospitals, airports, and I think like police stations, literally everything shut down. And then people heard about it shutting down, so they shut down. And they weren't even connected. No one had even anything to do with CrowdStrike. But they were like, hey, their IT department's getting hacked. And they weren't. Microsoft came out, and Timeline, Microsoft came out with an update. CrowdStrike came out with an update. They came out with an update same time. Everything was okay for like maybe 2 or 3 days. And then Microsoft updated their operating system one more time. They were like, everything's okay. All right, another one. And then shit hit the fan. And my assumption is when this goes to court, because it has to, people died, there's money that's, like this is wild. There's no way they could just sweep this underneath the rug, I think. I don't know. But CrowdStrike would have to be like, hey, Microsoft asked for a cut. And we said no. So they released the update which bricked our software to prove a point about the backdooring. But then I'm like, is that even allowed? That's like fucking no. That's no. Like if you hack into a video game, I'm like, that's okay. Oh, Minecraft, give me extra diamonds. Bro, they shut down servers. And like, I guess the bougie people at the airport, yeah? But then it's like, no, hospitals. Like, you were unable to get medicine and send data, like, literally all of it. Like when, because you have to order it and they keep track of literally everything. You don't just walk into a hospital and they're like, give me the free drugs, Like, they send orders through, presumably, online. But then those online orders are encrypted. Mostly because someone could just take it and then fake it and then get that prescription just printed in their home computer, I guess. That's what happens if it's like not sent through a data encryption. Or that's maybe what they're thinking. But also, hold on, do you hear about Chase, the Chase Bank thing? People are just self-reporting. That's just a bunch of self-reporters. All the money that the people, at Chase Bank, the bank is asking for that money back, yeah? If you spent it, you're going to jail. Like, for a long time. And if you didn't spend it and they take it back, they're probably just going to kick you out of the bank and be like, hey, we're closing your account because of this. But then it's like, I almost like that more than them fixing it, if that makes sense. Because it's like, good. What? With the people that did that, it's like, did you think morals and crime was legal? What is wrong with you? What are you gonna go fucking... You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, pause. I don't know. But I do think Microsoft is bad guy because you're not allowed, but that's why it's like the only save all is CrowdStrike being like, hey, they fucking tried asking for a cut or something. I have no idea. Because Microsoft obviously had to know about their level. Because if Microsoft doesn't already come with a data encryption thing, that's the new wave. That's why VPNs exist. But then agencies like that have to use encryption processes. Otherwise, they could be hacked and you could lose everything instantly. No bueno. That's how you get, shout out friggin' pirate software. Yeah, that's how you get, like, I don't know, though. See, I do like the whole Chase thing because it's like, bad people did bad things. So, bad people get caught. Sent away for what? Doing bad things. If crime was legal, if they made crime legal for the entire day, I don't think I would do anything. And then, once they legalize everything back again, they're like, hey, guess what? We lied to you, actually. Why would you believe us? Everyone who just did something, you're going to jail. You're going to be put down like the animal you are. You thought the only thing keeping you and society together was some sort of mental psyche wall? I'm hungry, yeah? If I go to the store right now, I could get food. What a luxury. I'm joking, but like also I'm like, you know what I'm saying? People not think about that? I do think that's like a form of human consciousness, is being able to comprehend. Because technically it is cosplay. Everyone's just cosplaying constantly. That's why I'm like, we should dress up like wizards. And the fact that I'm like boiling water is magic, and that's why those girls were getting burned back then. I'm like, ball out. That's the type of shit we be on. Actually, pirate software. I was just talking about this, yeah? It's because I only know about the whole him talking about Microsoft and CrowdStrike. He has a whole video game called Heartbound. Like, he made the video game. I think it's on Steam. Jamie, pull up Steam real quick. Type in Heartbound. Heartbound. Wow, dude, this actually looks pretty cool. Hold on. We're going back to OBS. Where's OBS? Boom. We're in the elevator. But, boom, now we're on the screen. Let's watch.
I didn't have to shit my pants. You wanted to leave the party early, so I thought it was a good idea.